ईमान सुकून और इत्मीनान के साथ जाए, जहाँ जाए मेरी तो शान के साथ जाए. My Nana ji, General Harish Pathak, was a very, very respected member of the forces. If I wasn't an actor, that's what I would have been. I would have been a soldier. I've had a 20-year career where, I didn't get my due. I'm just grateful for what I got. Inside that, Vikrant Dhawan, my mom and my wife absolutely hate the character. I think Satya is the first film of mine that my children have seen. My little one, she said, "Why is my dada crying?" And she also cried because my dada is crying.
Hey everyone, we at Midday.com are very happy to have Vivek Anand Oberoi, whose film will release on Republic Day, which is something you all really need to look forward to, Versus of War. So please tell us, Vivek, about the film. The title is very interesting, actually.
Thank you, Natasha. Thank you so much. I'm super excited. It's my first short film as an actor, as a producer. And the whole vision behind making this film was a poetic tribute to our martyrs, a poetic tribute to the sacrifice of their families that we take for granted, right? Yeah. Every now and then we have a reminder. Just now, for example, in COVID, all of us felt fear for ourselves, for our families. For 75 years, our Jawans, our army officers have been, at the borders in places of peril, just so that they can keep us safe. So this is a humble tribute towards that cause.
And the trailer looks really grand. The perception usually is that a short film, you have a limited budget and, you kind of compromise, but that's not the case in this film. So please tell us, how did you all pull off that?
Prasad is a very, very talented director, and he was somebody who took the fact that we had only 4 days to shoot this, right? But both discussing it said that we cannot compromise on anything. It has to be big. It has to be grand. We somehow managed to achieve that in just 4 days of shoot. Of course, it meant burning the midnight oil. It meant shooting 18 hours a day. People barely slept on those 4 days. And the team really, really, came through and pulled it together. And that's the fun. It felt, to me, it reminded me of my college days and my student movie days, when we were making student films and stuff like that. The way we used to work hard on, small time, little time, less budgets. But you make up for all of that with passion. And I think that's what happened. One of my favorite lines of martyrdom, I feel that is, Iman, sukoon aur itminan ke saath jaye, jahan jaye meri to shaan ke saath jaye. Yeah, it encompasses that, 2 things that I love about this film. One is you actually take a look at how poetry transcends borders, transcends languages. It just goes beyond everything. And you also look at what could be the personal side of a war hero. You don't realize it. What they're going through, what their family is going through. What does that sacrifice actually mean?
True.
And what is it that's inside you that makes you so strong, spiritually so strong, that even when you're behind enemy lines, you're cornered, you're under pressure for your own life, you're being thrashed, beaten, tortured, yet you have that strength of patriotism where you will not divulge strategic and important details about the country. Gaddari nahi karoge aap. You will not be a traitor to your country. What makes our Indian forces so spiritually strong that keeps them, under such duress, under such torture also, they still stay patriotic? What is that incredible strength? So it explores that.
Did you get to interact with army officers, or what was your process of getting into this role?
Well, of course, for me, it was a lot easier because my Nana ji, General Harish Pathak, was a very, very respected member of the forces, war hero himself. He's won Paramveer Seva Medal. He's won Mahavir Chakra for his bravery in battle for the country. And I remember so many stories, Natasha, when I was a kid. All the other cousins used to go and sleep with Nani, get stories of Raja, Rani, and, all kinds of fairy tales. And I would go to Nana and say, no, I want bedtime stories of, the war. And he would actually do that. He would spend time telling me the stories of battle and how they achieved things. And I used to be wide-eyed and, taking it all in. And somewhere I feel that as an impressionable kid, it went so deep within me that when I see that uniform, I see him in that uniform. I see his spirit in that uniform. And I salute that.
So were you ever, did that cross your mind that you want to join the forces? Of course, being, influenced.
Absolutely. So I did apply, and I was getting in. But then it was my love for acting and theater and the arts that kind of made me move away from the armed forces. But I would have if I wasn't an actor, that's what I would have been. I would have been a soldier.
You're also reuniting on screen with Rohit Roy, your co-star from Shootout at Lokhandwala.
Yeah.
People loved you all together in that film. So how was that after all these years coming together?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, Rohit's a great guy and it's lovely working with him. And you just realize how much time has passed when during Shootout, Rohit and Mansi's daughter was this little one, like my daughter, was about 6 now. And she was this little one at that time. And today she's this young lady who's, going to an Ivy League school in America to study. So you realize that, oh my God, how has time passed? And it's a reminder. And it's also a reminder of depth of relationships, right? That over 15 years, you still stay connected, and it's a joy to work together.
And we were speaking to him, and he said, he feels that you haven't got your due as an actor yet, and so does that something you feel too?
I don't feel that, Natasha, because saying that would mean I'm ungrateful. I feel that I'm filled with gratitude for everything that I've been blessed with. I don't know, 36, 37 awards on my shelf. I've got 3+ films, shows, series that I've won a lot of love and critical acclaim for. I've had a 20-year career where I still get offered such great roles in great movies and shows. So I only have gratitude. I don't believe in this self-sympathy story, where, I didn't get my due. I'm just grateful for what I got. I'm filled with gratitude to the divine for that, because I know so many brilliant young actors who didn't even get as far as I did.
No, of course, you have come a long way, and everybody's seen that. And of course, speaking about that, we have to talk about Inside Edge also, which has given you a lot of love and acclaim. So please tell us about the reaction, especially from your family. It's something that I think has caught everybody's attention.
No love from the family, Natasha. I tell you, no love.
The kids.
It's really strange that Inside Edge, Vikrant Dhawan, he's a little mini cult in himself as a character. And people, love that character despite him being as evil as he is. They've really loved him. And season 3 has been a phenomenal success on a personal front, for the show also. But what's interesting is that both my mom and my wife absolutely hate the character. They hate Vikrant. This is not who you are. So it's so
but that's a compliment.
Yeah. My mom hasn't been able to get past like season 1, episode 2. It's been 5 years, not been able to see it. She's like, I turn it on and I turn it off. I was like, I can't see my son doing this.
And one film that, you and of course Rani as well are always remembered for is Sathiya. Still, it's like, that's a huge compliment. In that one film, it keeps coming back, So have you got a chance to watch it recently, or, something like that?
I actually did. I actually watched it like a few months ago because my kids wanted to watch it.
Okay.
And I think Sathiya is the first film of mine that my children have seen.
Oh, that's lovely. And what was their reaction really? Because that's a very different role.
Yeah, they loved it. And my little one, my Bitya, cried also.
Oh.
When Sohani is in hospital and all, she cried. My little one, she said, why is my dada crying? And she also cried because my dada is crying.
No, but when people talk about all these iconic roles, like, do you feel kind of like you said, you don't know where time has passed, So how do you feel about your such a long career, and how does it feel?
It's a very strange feeling, Natasha. In one way, I feel like, my God, it's been 2 decades. I've been here 20 years. Wow, time's flown by. On the other hand, I feel so hungry. Like this year now, I'm shooting right now. I'm speaking to you from my set. I've just come into this interview. I'm shooting for Dharavi Bank, where I'm playing very interesting series. Samit Kakkar is directing it, and I play the lead. We've got Shanti Kulkarni, we've got Sunil Shetty playing the antagonist. He plays the villain in the piece. So great story, too much fun working on it. I'm doing another film in the South with the same team as Lucifer. Then I'm shooting another film in April. I'm shooting another film from August in Mumbai, April in London. And then I've lined up another film after that in one series. So it's like I'm doing so much work. I'm shooting, acting, having so much fun. And at the same time, I feel like, how come I'm so hungry? It's 20 years and I'm still so hungry. It's a good feeling.
Does your family complain about your busy schedule?
Sometimes, but I've tried to find some sort of a balance. I try to take breaks between shoot schedules. And when I take those breaks, I like to switch off from everything and just be with them. And just like recently, I taught my kids how to fly a kite.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's
I
great.
think the simple joys are amazing.
Yeah.
Just the little things in life.
And it was lovely talking to you. Looking forward to your film, of course, on Republic Day. So, any last message for your fans?
Nothing, Natasha. See, look, the spirit of this effort. I mean, this is my first short film as an actor, producer, and my whole effort with this has been with a small, humble gesture that everything that I earn from this film will go towards the cause of war widows, martyrs, and their families.
That's amazing.
A humble tribute, nothing in compared to the sacrifice that they make. But the spirit is that. I'm mentioning it also only because I want to communicate the spirit. The spirit is that let us give more. Let us, not money, but let us give more respect, more love to our men and women in uniform. When you see somebody in uniform or you see their family, give them that little respect more. Give them a little love more and appreciation more for what they do for you for the last 75 years, day and night, without you even realizing it.
All right. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.